Hi, everyone. My name is Brooke Vasilko, and I'm the owner and the founder of Naturally Living Me. I am a certified holistic health practitioner specializing in iridology, and I received my schooling from Trinity School of Natural Health. I have gone through almost a decade of chronic illness myself with Lyme disease and parasites, viruses, heavy metals, you name it, I've probably had it. And I have developed a deep passion for and compassion for those who are chronically ill, because I know the hopeless feeling that can come when you just don't know if there's any hope to get any better. And you wonder if this is going to be the way it's going to be forever, because things just don't get better no matter what you try. And I have discovered it's such an individualized process. A one-size-fits-all doesn't quite work in the chronic illness world. Everybody's so different, and figuring out what makes you unique and your circumstances really is a passion of mine, and what I focus on with my clients. And so iridology, the study of the iris, is something so unique to each person, and that's why I love it. I love being able to see God's creation in such a really intricate way. I look at the eyes and think, God, you're so cool to give us just a glimpse of the depth of your creation. So I'm going to explain to you what iridology is, just basic things. I'm going to go over maybe what you could expect in a consultation from me. And then I'm going to go over a little bit of what I see in my eye, just to give you kind of a quick little glimpse of what I may be looking for in your iris if you ever come to see me. So iridology is the study of the color, the pigments, the structure of the iris, the color portion of the eye. And based on those things and where they're located, we can see the potential strengths and weaknesses of the body. Because just as like the foot has different reflex points on the bottom of the feet, different organs can correspond, different portions on the feet can correspond to different organs based on reflexes. The iris is also connected via nerves through the through the optic nerve, through the brainstem, through the spinal cord, that reflect what's going on in the body. And so where there is separation, where there's color, can indicate a potential for a weakness in that area. And I definitely want to make it clear that I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose, I cannot prescribe or treat. Everything that I do and find are based on potentials or tendencies. This is not meant to say you will have this if you have this sign. It is just what are you predisposed to? What has been passed on to you from future generations before you? And how can we support the body as a whole through lifestyle and nutrition, to help the body so that it can be the best it can be? So that is my passion, is to support the body as a whole, and to find out what individually it is that could be potential weaknesses in your body. And so it is beneficial for those that are currently dealing with chronic illness to really look at the iris and to see maybe the areas that just need a little extra support to help the body so it can fight off what it needs to fight off. Or maybe you aren't dealing with sickness, but you want to be preventative, and so you want to say, what are the areas that I could focus on so that 20, 30 years down the road, I'm not having to have dealing with chronic illness. Maybe there's some things that we could do to support the body. Both of those are great, and I think it's an amazing tool for either one of those scenarios. It has been around for many, many years. The study of the eye has been around for many years. It wasn't until the 1800s that it became more formally an actual study, and many, many different people from specifically Europe had discovered the same findings on their irises, not being able to talk to each other, coming up with the same organs in the same area. That this is my right eye, this is the kidney area. That was coming up for the same iris map on each of these people. And so it wasn't until the 1900s Bernard Jensen brought it to the United States, and it's really become prominent through his teachings. And so that is what I have studied under, and so that is what I base my consultations on, is his charts, his teachings. And so I am just going to give a quick basic overview of what maybe you could expect if you were to come see me for an iris consultation. So it's ideal if you can be in person to get it, because the camera takes great pictures. It's very detailed, and it may be a little bit even blurry on your screen from where you're watching it. The program I'm using, the video is not as clean cut, but with the camera I have it specifically for taking pictures of the eye. But phones these days are super great with their photos and the clarity, and so if you can take a picture and send it to me, and if it's clear enough for me to read, then I can help with that. We can do a consultation. But so with the taking a photo of the eye, it would just be, you can wear your contacts, that doesn't matter. I would just take a photo of your eye. It doesn't hurt, it's painless. There's just a light that shines in your eye, and we take the photo, and then we talk about what are some of the things that we see in your iris. And then we can go from there and make recommendations. So some of the things that I would go over in a consultation is some of the pigments I see, some of the structures, some of the coloring. And so one of the basic things that I can look at is the eye color. And so in iridology, we have 3 main eye colors that we go by, and it's blue, mixed, and brown. So you can see I definitely have a blue eye, and blue eyes have certain tendencies, certain things that they're more prone to, and some of those things that they have tendencies towards are sinus, respiratory, overactive immune system, overactive lymphatic system, skin issues, thyroid, kidney, and digestive disturbances. So I don't resonate with all those things, but a lot of those things, those are my kind of go-to weaknesses. And so based on that, we can talk more about some of those maybe things that you deal with. Do you get sinus infections a lot? There may be a reason for that, and then there's something that we can do to help the body support that system. For me, I can tell you personally, my own story is that for me, it's absolutely been the lymphatic system that has just gotten clogged up. And that's meant to be your sewer dump system of cleaning house. And if it's not moving, if it's not being eliminated, then it just recirculates. And so for me, you can see these white puffy clouds kind of around the edge. And that is that can be a sign for potential lymphatic tendencies of being slow, of being overstimulated, of overactive. And so I just felt so much reassurance, and I was just so grateful, I guess, to hear that maybe it's not my fault that the lymphatic system is just what I'm prone to. But knowing that now I know I can do things like drink more water. I can go on my mini trampoline and rebound to get the lymphatic system moving. I can go in the sauna. I can eat great foods, lots of vegetables and alkalizing foods, and do deep breathing. And those are all things that I can do. I can do that because I know now that that is a weakness for my body. And so another thing that is very interesting about my eye is, I don't know if you can see these circles. they're kind of grooves, and they go all the way around. You can really see it kind of right in here. They crisscross. And this is a sign of potential stress in the family that's been brought down. And these people tend to be a little more driven. They tend to be multitaskers. And so there's even things personality wise that we can see based on the iris. Again, it's not saying everything is true, but for me, when I've looked at my own iris, I realized there's so many things that are absolutely true, and it's so validating for me to know what are my potential weaknesses, and how can I support that. And so for me, if I was my own client, I would definitely address the lymphatics. I have the clouds going around. I'm not blue-eyed. That's a tendency. I would do kidneys. I've got some separating fibers right here. That's another sign in the kidney area. I would also support my digestion, my adrenals. All of these things I can see in my iris, and because I know those things, then I can specifically support those areas so that my body can do what it's created to do and heal itself. So it's really amazing, and I didn't even like brush the surface of the things that we can discover and the things that we can do with iridology. But I just wanted to give a quick just overview of what iridology is for those that have never heard of it. I honestly thought it was absolutely crazy when I first heard about it, but the more I studied and the more I started looking at other people's irises, I couldn't deny that this was God's orchestration, and that He could give us this tool to help us, and what a gift that is. And so, and we are truly all so uniquely created, and tapping into that uniqueness to find wholeness and healing is something that I love helping people do. So if this interests you at all, and you want to get your own iridology consultation, feel free to email me at brooke@naturallylivingme.net, or you can find me on my website, or at naturallylivingme.net, or find me on social media. I would love to talk to you about just the opportunity to look at your iris and to see what we can do to support the body. So I hope you all have a great day, and hope to talk to some of you in the future.